Hello again, and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel. So, last time we lost Eustace as he was summoned to the Alberea mansion, and we lost Machias because he was arrested. We must go rescue Machias. So now we have to go through the underground sewers and try and see if they connect to the provincial guardhouse where he is being held. So, let us go forth without any further ado. Wait a second. This is why I told you not to bother with the expensive looking places. But you ignored me and kept checking out the jewelers and clothes shops anyway. Well, that certainly was satisfying. Only commoners like us could find satisfaction in window shopping. Heh. I feel like I know them from a later game. Oh no, maybe. Maybe not. They're labeled as tourist right now. Alright, so we have to figure out how to get into the underground. What were they? Sewers or water thingamabobbers or something? No, look, stairs. I bet you it's this way. Aha. Ah. Could this be the entrance to the underground waterway? Waterway, that's what it's called. I can feel a breeze from inside. Seems like it's pretty spacious. This must be the place then. Now, we just need a way to unlock it. Probably not a good idea to draw my sword in the middle of a city. May I have a try? A hairpin? You're going to pick it? Ahaha. I have no idea if it'll actually work, but it's worth a shot, right? A perio. Which means open. Ah, exclamations. Wow. That was really impressive. I remember reading how to do it in a mystery novel once. I'm so glad it actually worked. Oh, nice job, Emma. We should be able to get inside now. Let's get all our things in order, then head on in and pray no one sees us. Okay, sounds good to me. So, one thing to note real quick. I tried to do some digging on if the lines mean anything in the Trails of Cold Steel games. Supposedly, in 1 and 2, it means you can stack quartz. So you know how, like, I can't put more than one attack 3 in my orbment because it doesn't let me. But supposedly, you can. You just have to put it on line 2 or line 3. So it doesn't, like, improve the effectiveness of the quartz and unlock more arts. But if you put them on different lines, you can stack them. So the idea is that someone like Fee that has more lines is actually more powerful because you can put more of the same quartz. So like we could put 4 evade 3s on her orbment. Well, 3 because this one has to be this type of quartz. But they lied to me. That is not a thing. It doesn't work. So if we try to do another attack 3, it won't let us. So, it is still a mystery. But I'm trying to figure it out. It's possible that it just is broken in this game or something. And it'll work in a later game. So I'll have to try to remember to check that in each game, but I don't recall that ever being a thing throughout the games. So I think it's just an urban myth, urban legend. This is spacious, isn't it? This waterway is actually quite pretty. I was expecting the verdant city to be beautiful, but it never dawned on me that the same might be true of its underground. There are tricky monsters here too, though. We need to head west, to the part of the waterway that connects with the Provincial Army's guardhouse. Once we're there, we have to find a way inside so we can rescue Machias. Right. Understood. Alright. Well, look at this thing.
The advantage is ours. Let's finish him.
The advantage is ours, Fee. Very good job. It's nice to know that you understand advantage. Where's the item? There's the item. Ooh, we're starting to run down our battle scopes, aren't we? Platinum bug. An arthropod with a carapace as hard as stone. Secretes a highly unpleasant... Secretes a highly unpleasant smelling fluid, making enemies faint. So it's like a really big stink bug. Okay.
I'll handle it.
I think if everyone is linked to another character during the combat, I'm pretty sure you get the strategy buff for XP. So if you alternate your link partners so that like Fee isn't attacking while not being linked, I think you get that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but maybe. I guess we'll find out at the end of this combat round, won't we?
Okay.
Whoops.
We should be safe
Nope.
now.
Apparently not. I lied. Okay. Yeah, fine. Whatever. Maybe that's a thing in a later game. I might be mixing things up. There are a lot of these games. There's like 3, I think, or like there's 2 games after the Trails of Cold Steel arc that are released in Japan, and then one that's releasing next year, but they aren't translated or released over here. You can buy the Japanese version of the game on Steam, but if you don't read or understand Japanese, yeah, good luck figuring out what the story is. I think there's a fan translation for the overlay, which is the little text boxes and stuff. But I'm not very good with subtitled things. I'm a lot better with things that are dubbed. It just divides my attention a little too much. So I have to wait until those games are released over here in English. The first one will be released next year, though, so we can look forward to that. I do plan on, once that releases, I'm going to do a blind Let's Play. So that'll be fun. Definitely subscribe to see that. That'll be the first Trails game I'll be truly playing blind. Because I've watched Let's Plays of the earlier games. Oh shoot, I forgot the battle scope. I've watched Let's Plays of the earlier games. So if I were to go play those right now, I wouldn't necessarily be playing them blind. Like, it would be my first time actually playing them, but I would already know all the story and everything. Drool Rat. A quick-witted rat monster with horns as hard as jewels. Beware its pounce attack.
Okay.
So yeah, so that one's going to be the first time you guys on YouTube will be able to see me play a Kiseki game, which is a Kiseki is trails in Japanese. So it's the first time it's the first time you will see me play a trails game blind, with like live reactions to things and not knowing what the heck's gonna happen in the story and I won't be able to drop you hints of like, oh, hey, this is really important. Unless it's like referring to a previous game. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys look forward to it as much as I do, because I am super stoked. I wish I could just time travel.
Just the kind of thing you'd expect in an old ruin like this.
Do you think it's powered by the water flowing through here?
I wish I could just time travel to the future so I could do that blind Let's Play now. But alas, that is not a thing in our world. Definitely excited though. I cannot wait to be able to play those games. It's you'll see at the 4th Trails of Cold Steel game. As that one gets to its ending, it really expands the lore and the world building of Zemuria and makes you ask some very big questions. White feline, a subspecies of flying feline with white fur. Once raised as a pet by a noble, but was abandoned and turned feral.
Okay.
Yeah, what was I saying?
I'll handle
I don't
it.
remember.
Here we go.
Something about the new game. Oh, yeah, so Trails of Cold Steel,
Targets
4
eliminated. Let's get
It-
going.
is the transition point. It's the transition point of the world building going into the finale of the story, into the climax of the story. Now, Falcom has stated that with the current games that are released, including the one coming out next year in Japan, not the one being ported over here, they are about 60, maybe 70% done with the story. So even though we're entering into the climax, they are barely halfway over the story with the 12, I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, with the 12 games that they currently have. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of more games.
I certainly didn't expect to encounter the three of you down here.
That's a familiar voice. Exclamations.
What?
Is that...
Usus?
I'm so glad you're safe.
Of course I am. Though I can't say I was expecting to be placed under house arrest the moment I returned to the mansion. So that's what happened.
You know what's going on?
Unfortunately, arresting the Imperial Governor's son under a false charge in order to keep the reformist faction under control. I find it hard to believe my father would attempt something so brazen. He didn't have any intention of talking to me. Not the slightest inclination. This was all planned from the start.
Usus.
Enough about me. Thanks to my brother, I'm familiar with the general layout of this waterway. I'll lead us to the guardhouse. Let's get moving. You're actually...
You were planning on saving him even if you had to do it alone, weren't you?
Nothing like last month's field study.
Don't get the wrong idea. I just can't condone my father's actions. Besides, he's no doubt huddled up, crying and lonely in the corner of his cell right now.
I would love to see that, actually.
It's worth rescuing him just to see that.
They're gonna be best friends.
All right, let's get moving.
I'm sure they're gonna really enjoy each other's company at some point. Usus, rejoin the party.
The entrance to the guardhouse is to the west. We should hurry.
Not before we grab the treasure. Because I'm pretty sure there's treasure over here. Did we battlescope the... Yeah, we did battlescope the cat. Okay.
I spy treasure.
Me too.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him.
Alright,
handle
so
it.
we're going to link these two. Shoot, I forgot the battlescope. And we're gonna link these two. Item. Battle scope. Ice drome. An icy cold mollusk that breeds in areas with lots of water. Creates orbital energy in its body and uses water arts.
Very well.
I don't think this one's a different creature. Nope, it's not. Okay, so we'll just use a critical attack.
Okay.
Nice job, Emma.
Battle's over, but stay alert, everyone.
But yeah, so the Trails of Cold Steel games are my favorite. If I was to pick a favorite of the Trails of Cold Steel games, man, that's kind of a tough choice. Honestly, I think I would go for the... I'm gonna have to think about that one for a little bit. It's kind of a toss-up between the third and fourth games. Like, these games are great. The first and second, they're really good. But, like, I have nothing negative to say about these. But the caveat is the third and fourth are, like, really great. They are awesome. So...
Why is this ladder
Is
so
it harder to
long?
climb ladders when you've got a big chest?
Fee,
Is it harder to climb ladders when you got a big chest?
Go.
Ah! What can we use? Can we take them all out in one go? No, we cannot. I don't think his S-craft isn't large enough. Hers isn't big enough either. But we want to take them all out in one go. Alright, I guess we'll do it right there.
Sylphie, dance! That's that.
Go.
So, I really like the fourth Trails of Cold Steel because of the
That's that. Let's keep moving.
the world development and the individual character development. For those reasons, I really do like the fourth game, and it is a phenomenal story. It's the climax of the third one. It's like a
Advantage is ours.
continuation of
Let's
it.
finish 'em.
Just like
My
the
turn.
second Trails of Cold Steel game is a continuation of this one.
I'll handle it.
They're all the same
My turn.
story arc. Ooh, we got a link.
it's my turn.
They're all the same story arc, but it's
Let's keep going.
kind of split up. But the thing I love about these games is each game you play is just a grander scale than the previous game. Like, you'll definitely see it between this game and the next one. Like, this one at the climax, you're like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't really see all of that coming. And then the next game, when its climax happens, it's like, whoa. Like, what the hell are they even doing now? And then the third one is like, oh my god. And then the fourth one is like,
There's
just
another lattice
completely
door.
mind-blowing. Like, I don't even
There
have
should
words
be a
for that
mechanism
one.
to open it somewhere nearby.
But yeah, I think the third one might be my favorite just for storytelling. Like, it's really hard to choose, especially if you're looking at it with the storytelling, because I personally, like, I know there's some gripes about the Trails universe, but personally, I love them. Like, if these were animes, they would hands down be my favorite anime. With like no competition, which they actually are going to be animes. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but Falcom is going to be releasing several anime shows that take place during the events
Oh, that's a
of these
beautiful looking
games.
treasure chest.
Yeah, they're going to take place during the events of these games, but in alternate areas of the story. So, like, this game takes place in the West. So you're going to see what's happening while this game is taking place, but in the East. So it's going to be pretty cool. You might see some characters you recognize, and you might not. Like, some of these characters may show up like that. I really don't know anything about the anime other than the setting, really. And then there's some other animes that they're doing that they have plans for that they haven't said anything about. Just that they take place in this universe. So that's something to look forward to as well. But yeah, so the third one's probably my favorite just because of the storytelling. It's phenomenal storytelling. Really, like,
I spy treasure.
it really does a great job of playing with your emotions and just putting you on a emotional roller coaster.
I'm exhausted.
It's gotta be the chest.
Fee, that's enough.
Honestly.
Yeah, so they do a really good job putting you on an emotional roller coaster. And I don't mean to say that in a way to take light away from the rest of the games, because they're all extremely good. And like the fourth one, like I said, like, it's just a constant climax until you get to the end of the game. Like, it's insane. There's so much going on. But you also have to understand, like, the fourth one, it's so fast paced. It is like bam, 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 bam of events and climaxes and connections, because the fourth Trails of Cold Steel game isn't just the finale to the Trails of Cold Steel arc. It's the finale to the Liberl arc, the Crossbell arc, and the Erebonian arc. So it's the finale to the entire first half of the Trails universe and the introduction into the future of the Trails universe.
Right.
So that was a very well timed right there. Anyway, so it's really, really good as well. It's a transitional game. It does a great job transitioning from what you know of the Trails universe, building up on that a little bit, finishing off a lot of these stories, and building these characters up to be important characters later on,
Right.
while also passing the baton off to the future of Trails. Really did a great job. But anyway, I digress. The third game is probably my favorite just for the fact of the storytelling was so good. A door? It seems to be made of iron, but there's no keyhole. Guess it can only be opened from the other side. Could this be the path that leads to the guardhouse? It is indeed. This path connects to the waterway with the building's lower levels. I had no idea the door between the two areas could only be opened from the inside, however. How are we supposed to get through? I can't pick the lock if there's no keyhole. It looks far too sturdy for my sword to have much effect either. Ooh?
This can be overcome.
Fee?
What do you mean?
Stand back.
Yeah. What's
What
that?
are you doing?
I know this smell.
Dots?
Explain yourself, please.
Ignition.
It was C4.
What?
They probably heard that.
Done.
Done?
Fee, did you?
Was that a bomb?
Portable high-powered explosive. Plasticity makes it handy for this kind of espionage work.
Explosive?
Where could you possibly have gotten such a thing?
Fee, I think at this point we have a right to know. What exactly is your background?
Dots.
Reen?
Her background is dots, guys. Like, man, I knew somebody came from the legendary land of dots. Like, everybody seems to be able to speak their language. Someone has to have come from there, right? Right? Like, come on. Like, it's so
The
obvious.
day of the entrance ceremony, I saw you dodging that trap floor the rest of us fell into. You're 2 years younger than us, yet you're physically no weaker at all. In fact, I'd say when it comes to combat situations, you seem almost like you're holding back.
Impossible.
Guess you got me.
Inconceivable.
Before I came to the academy, I was a Jaeger. That's where I learned how to handle explosives and use my gun swords.
Remember that, yeah, a few videos back? Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's all.
Exclamations.
A Jaeger? I wasn't expecting that.
I've heard that term before. The best of the best mercenary outfits are known as Jaeger Corps.
Jaeger Corps are almost synonymous with the Grim Reaper. To think I'd be going to school with a Jaeger.
Oh, calm down, you sis. We all know Fee is great.
Me? A Reaper?
No, that's not... I spoke out of turn. I mustn't let prejudices get the better of me.
Yeah, you sis, you should know that better than anyone. Well, yeah,
That's
you
right.
should know that.
Knowing her past doesn't change who she is now.
Thanks for telling us, Fee. And I'm sorry for prying.
Not bothered. But we should hurry if we want to save Machias.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, let's press on.
All right, let us press on. Yeah, there's a lot that's going to be happening after this. It's going to be quite the ordeal. So, we are going to break this video right here. And make this our... Geez. My entire train of thought just, like, derailed. It just, like, I don't know. The train just went the opposite direction. You know. Alright, anyway, this is where we're going to end this video and pick up the next video, where we hopefully finally get to save Machias. Yeah. So before I make a bigger fool of myself with my stumbling of words, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now. Ring says goodbye.